Well, good morning everybody. It's an absolutely beautiful pre-lockdown day here in Hertfordshire, just north of London. And I've decided to take advantage of the couple of days that are left before we have to give up sort of leisure riding and take a ride out to Ivinghoe Beacon in Buckinghamshire, which is, I can't remember, something like 300 feet above sea level, and has beautiful views for miles around once you get there. So I've set Kalimoto to take me on a twisty route. I don't know what that means because I don't know how to get there actually, and I've got no idea where Kalimoto would take me. But hopefully it'll be fun, it'll make for some interesting footage, and it won't be too busy in terms of traffic. It is a little bit wet on the road, so I have to take it a little bit easy. Where the sun's been shining uninterrupted for a while, it seems the conditions seem okay, so it should be a nice ride. Looks like this is going to take me excuse me, it looks like this is going to take me onto some dual carriageway, which I had hoped to avoid. However, seemingly not. It's a horrible junction actually, this one, coming onto the A414, the entry slip. Jesus, because almost got to turn your neck in. Such an acute angle, it's almost doing an exorcist when there's traffic. Someone's lucky because because there was nothing coming and I could see it quite clearly. But other times I've had to kind of park at an angle that I can see, which if you're in a car following me means you can't get to where you would normally kind of edge out onto the slow lane from the slip. So I do appreciate it probably annoys people, but my neck is not as flexible as some people I know, and I just can't do anything about it. I've had some physio on it, but unfortunately just when it was getting better, I was finding that I had much more movement than I'd had previously. We were hit by the COVID lockdown, and right now I'm not of a mind to start going into to see my physio, my masseur, and I'm certainly not going to stick my head in a hole in the bed where other heads have been. So unfortunately that's just the way it is. I can feel at 60 miles an hour, I can feel the wind on my chest, but actually it's quite nice in terms of giving me a bit of support with these clip-ons. I've mentioned this before, so it's not an unwelcome sensation by any stretch. Really can't make up my mind whether to put a screen on this bike actually. It might still happen. Quite like the look visually, and there's a Pooge bikini fairing, quite a retro kind of style that I'd like to put on the bike. I have to give that some real thought. Actually, it's not such a bad road when there's no traffic on it. Tree lined and looks quite autumnal. This little stretch used to be classified as a motorway. It was the M10, and it was kind of demoted to become a continuation of the A414 leading up towards Hemel. So where I veer off in a mile or so, just over a mile, is where I would otherwise join the M1 heading north. Certainly don't want to be on the motorway. But Kalimoto should ensure, given the kind of routes that I selected, Kalimoto should ensure that it gets me back on some quieter A and B roads fairly quickly. I guess we'll soon find out. Right now I'm heading towards Hemel Hempstead, which is where my Triumph dealership used to be before it moved to Watford. So this is a journey I made quite a number of times. There's the M1 that I mentioned a moment ago. And as I say, I certainly wouldn't want to be riding on the motorway in this wonderful weather with open roads available. That would be a disaster. This isn't the best of roads. In fact, it's shit. So, I should be taking this very slowly indeed, because my tyres are 100% road, and they're not intended to be used on gravel, mud and green lanes, so see how we get on. Don't want to be overly cautious, but I do want to be careful. I've got another mile to go on this road, and hopefully when I turn left wherever I get to, it'll be a better surface. Can't say I know where I am. However, I'm sure all will be revealed in the not too distant future. Well, this is beautiful here, wherever it might be. Unfortunately, when I look at the Kalimoto screen, it doesn't really give any detail about where I am, unlike Google Maps, where you can see a little bit more information. Particularly if you're in a little town or village, you can generally see where you are. Anyway. It's definitely a better route for this bike than the route that I was on. So here we go. Leighton Buzzard straight ahead. Great Gaddesden to the left, and we are heading for Leighton Buzzard. Tell you what, the view had better be worth it today. Much better. Bike sounds amazing. Even in stock form, with the catalytic converter still fitted and the stock silencers, sounds lovely, but with both of those things modified. So on this bike I've got the Westlake X-Pipe in place of the catalytic converter. And I've got Ironhead slip-on exhausts. That's bloody amazing. The overrun is an absolute joy as well. Wow, what a view. Amazing. Edlesborough. What a lovely part of the country. Apparently in a mile I'm there, so just need to make sure I keep my eyes peeled. Chilterns. for the beacon, the car park to the beacon, because I've got no idea where I'm going now. Absolutely none. Oh, I think that was it. Maybe not. No, I'm lost. So I think what I'll do is pull over when I can and use Google Maps, which Ivinghoe Beacon. Hallelujah. It's lucky. There we go. Kalimoto is rambling on in my ear like a demented I don't know what. 1 minute telling me to do a U-turn and saying, oh, you've arrived, let's do it again soon. No, Kalimoto, we will not be doing it again soon. You've given me a bit of a nightmare. Not for the first time. 600 yards to the car park. Let me just turn Kalimoto off because it's telling me that I should be making a U-turn. So this is why I've come here. Absolutely beautiful. I'm hoping that the camera is giving you at least an impression of the view. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye. And I will catch you next time. I hope you enjoy this video. It was a bit of a challenge, this ride, for the reasons stated. But wow, look at that!